Welcome back to an episode of Molecular Playground. Today, I'm going to be making benzyl chloride. Now, benzyl chloride is a very vital benzyl synthon and it's used in a variety of synthesis. But this isn't like any ordinary synthesis because I'm going to try a new route, one that minimizes water production and maximizes benzyl chloride production. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to go as this is my first time, so let's see. The materials you need are benzyl alcohol, sodium chloride, sulfuric acid, and anhydrous magnesium sulfate. The first thing I'm going to do is pour out 480 grams of sodium chloride. This is approximately 8.22 moles of sodium chloride. In my receiving flask, I will pour out 750 milliliters of benzyl alcohol. This is approximately 7.24 moles of benzyl alcohol. To set up my hydrogen chloride pump, I will attach a Teflon line to the tube of my receiving head, like so, and insert it into my alcohol. While that's stirring, I set up a rudimentary gas trap. This works in two ways. It mitigates too much hydrogen chloride exhaust and traps benzyl chloride fumes. Finally, I put in 240 milliliters of sulfuric acid in the addition funnel. This is approximately 4.24 moles of sulfuric acid. This is my setup in its entirety. When you drip in the sulfuric acid, you want to make sure it doesn't drip too fast as more hydrogen chloride will just pass through the benzyl alcohol instead of infuse. Stirring on high does help dissipate the rushing gas. Pretty soon, the solution heats up from 26°C to way past 45°C. This is evidence of my reaction progressing. Once all the acid is infused and a significant amount of hydrogen chloride is released, quickly remove the addition funnel and cap to reduce the total free volume of the distillation system. Then heat over 200°C so the sodium bisulfate can react with the remaining sodium chloride. The bubbling soon gets going even more vigorously. 4 hours later, there is significant enough concentration of benzyl chloride and water byproduct for it to actually turn turbid. This is a very good sign. After the reaction rests, the opaque turbid stuff will eventually settle into a small layer. Note, the ideal volume of a reaction should be around 960 milliliters, with 830 milliliters being benzyl chloride and 130 being water byproduct, so we're not done yet. For the reflux, I remove the magnets and put in glass chips. I set it up as a basic distillation system. This will better trap any free hydrogen chloride and prevent that noxious benzyl chloride from escaping. It also helps to attach that gas trap. Pretty soon, the volume expands to 1000 milliliters with immiscible bubbles. You want to make sure this does not get too violent, so turn down as necessary. Later, you can clearly see there was boil over too, along with some hydrogen chloride released. Once I finish the reflux, I'm going to pour it into a 1-liter separatory funnel, runoff included. I wait an hour for the layers to appear before I drain off the bottom. I also drain off the top just to compare. Ideally, my product should be in the bigger flask, as again, the ideal volume of my benzyl chloride was 830 milliliters. To find out, I first dry it with 20 milliliters of anhydrous magnesium sulfate. It clears up quite well, and the magnesium sulfate is still free-flowing. When I take the pH of the cap, it is near neutral. Also, my eyes are starting to sting a bit, so that's obviously a good sign. When I look at my aqueous layer, it is clearly acidic. An unintentional byproduct, you could say, is concentrated hydrochloric acid. I'm going to pour my product in a container for now, just because I really can't deal with it stinging my eyes anymore today. A quick weigh-in reveals the net weight is 809 grams. Ideally, it should be in the 900s, so I took a big wrong turn somewhere. Note, I have done no neutralizations, so no product should have unraveled or denigrated in some way. What do you guys think happened? And do you still think this is a viable method? Offer your tips in the comments below.